Trump has called in the Marines to Los Angeles. Reporting here from Los Angeles, it's the Latino Slant. You heard that right. 700 Marines are coming to LA. Paulie here from the Latino Slant in Los Angeles, California, doing special coverage for you guys. As you know, we just did an incredible panel discussion on this very issue as far as immigration, ICE raids, and more. I'm going to put the hyperlink on to this video. So as soon as you finish watching this video, you can go check out that spirited conversation. And literally just came in. I saw this and just gonna report, guys. Just gonna report here for you all from military.com. And it's all now all over the AP. Trump deploys hundreds of Marines to LA in growing military response to immigration raid protests. You heard that right. On American soil, Americans protesting. It's their right. Now the response is, let's bring the Marines. Even if some of them are not here legally. Look it up. Look it up. If you're illegal, you actually can protest. We give you those rights. Now, if you do something shady while you're protesting, that's a whole nother story, and that's all on you. But here's what's happening. Absolutely insane. A battalion of active duty Marines, around 700 troops based out of Twentynine Palms, California, received deployment orders to Los Angeles on Monday after President Donald Trump's commandeering and deployment of the state's National Guard troops to the city over the weekend. Defense officials confirmed to military.com on Monday. The deployment marks a sharp escalation in the military's role in domestic unrest in the city caused by immigration raids by the Trump administration. It also shows Trump's willingness to sidestep norms in his immigration crackdown by potentially pitting the military against civilians on American soil. Both California governors and the city's mayor have publicly come out against the deployment of the troops. A defense official told military.com that 2nd Battalion, 7th Marine, an infantry unit, has departed its California base and was bound for Los Angeles as of Monday afternoon. As of right now, guys, it is 2:54 in the Pacific. 2:54 in the Pacific. So if it was even deployed, I want to say within the last 2 hours, it wouldn't take much longer than that from Twentynine Palms to reach the city limits of Los Angeles. Twentynine Palms, I want to say, is less than 100 miles east of the Los Angeles County. And coming in at this time, there's not traffic coming in at this time. It's going to get here pretty much under 2 hours. Hour and a half tops. Hour and a half tops. But let's go on. However, Pentagon and U.S. North Command officials declined to comment on what the Corps' mission will be once the Marines arrive on the streets of Los Angeles, or how long they will be deployed. Two defense officials told military.com that the Insurrection Act, a law that could expand the president's ability to wield the military within the U.S., had not been invoked as of Monday afternoon. On Sunday, Trump assumed control of elements of the California National Guard's 97th Infantry Brigade combat team in response to protests against a wave of federal immigration and custom enforcement raids. At least 118 people alleged to be undocumented immigrants were detained, prompting outcry and protests, some of which have turned violent. Let's stop right there. Okay? Made all these arrests. True. Got all these people protesting in the streets. True. Made as of Sunday night, about 44 arrests. True. There was violence. There was burning of Waymo cars. And in scattered events, vandalism, graffiti, all true. You don't need the National Guard for that. You don't need the Marines for that. That's what the LAPD is for. That's what the sheriffs are for. Now, if this is a case of where our local officials, the mayor and the California governor, are too lenient and not willing to pull the trigger, that makes sense. I then see why Trump is taken over. Here's the thing. They did the same thing as far as not acting fast enough, strong enough, correct enough during the LA fires. And Trump didn't like that as well. So now we're here. Now we're getting the military. The president's move to override state officials who oppose the deployment hasn't been seen since the civil rights era. California Guard units deployed include some 2,000 soldiers from 1st Squadron, 18th Cavalry Regiment, 1st Battalion, 160th Infantry Regiment, and the 185th Infantry Regiment. Despite the National Guard often being pitched as a force for domestic response, units rarely receive in-depth law enforcement training, as the bulk of the Guard's training focuses on combat abroad. California officials, including Governor Gavin Newsom, vocally opposed the federal intervention, requested Trump rescind the orders for troops filing into the city, arguing the move violates the state's sovereignty. Newsom said Monday that he planned to file a lawsuit against Trump for the deployment of the National Guard. Commandeering a state's National Guard without consulting the governor of that state is illegal and immoral, Newsom, a Democrat, told MSN on Sunday. The National Guard troops expected to be on the ground for up to 60 days, a defense official told military.com. The last time the Guard was deployed domestically without a governor's consent was 1965 during the historic Civil Rights March from Selma to Montgomery, Alabama. President Lyndon Johnson deployed elements of the 1st Battalion, 167th Infantry Regiment, as Governor George Wallace, a staunch segregationist, opposed it. The Pentagon has assigned a 2-star general to oversee much of the military presence on the ground in Los Angeles under the banner Task Force 51. But defense officials declined to identify that commander, an unusual move, given that naming senior officers is standard public disclosure. OMG, we have a 2-star general remaining anonymous. That is not usual. They are saying military.com. That is the military.com's official news right there. I got to tell you guys right now, vehemently opposed to this. This is absolute garbage, because what this is political leaders pissing on each other. All right? Pissing on each other. You have the completely leaderless direction and strength of our mayor and this governor, which lended itself to this problem. You had the local leaders pressing the people to go and resist, go and make yourself known out there. That didn't mean go put your hands on federal officers, go get in the way of the business that they're trying to do. It just means go and protest or rally, but no, resist and keep resisting. Local officials said that. City officials, they have no right to say that. And what do you think people are going to do? They're going to say that, they're going to do that, and then they're going to do worse, which is what happened, which is why you're seeing some of those arrests, why you're seeing some people who put their hands on feds, that they have bounties on them, rewards on them. So now what's the next step? They're just leveling up on trying to top each other. And then Newsom is being a smartass, trying to say Trump stop being a bully. It's like, all right, I'm coming in with Marines. This is absolutely ridiculous. Another reason why it's ridiculous, guys, because at the end of the day, I am, this is pure theory, right? This is my theory. I got to tell you that the majority of people that are currently protesting, and there's a lot of them. There's a lot of them. We're going now to agenda-free TV, are citizens. And here right now, all day long, people who are of different backgrounds, white, black, and then you have people that are have masks, some people that don't have hats, some people, your typical protesters for this, that they're against ICE. Does this warrant, though, however you feel about these protesters, however you feel about what they're saying, their signs, the flags of Mexico and all this stuff, does this warrant the Marines? This is absolutely wild, guys. This is absolutely wild. I hope and pray that this does not end in anything in regarding as to bloodshed. I want to know what you guys think right now. Wherever you're at, keep that slam fuerte. There will be more. Trust me.